Hey everybody, my name is LadyT, and I am here with the Justin Reeves, the visionary, the man, the Christian behind Holy Hoodlum. He is a part of the JR group. Hey Justin.
Hi.
That was so welcoming.
Hello.
Why are we here today, Justin?
Because I asked you to come over to record content.
It gets so casual between the two of us.
You were already so close. Anyway.
50 cut it.
No, this is fine. Keep
Cut
going.
it.
Keep going.
No, because I can't respond.
The people love this.
You don't know that.
Oh, well, let us know. Do you love this?
The banter. Why are we really here, Justin?
We are here to bring more context to Holy Hoodlum. We are
Okay.
here to promote the event, Holy Hoodlum,
Yes.
happening on Saturday, August 23rd
Okay.
in Woodbridge, Virginia. It is a game night live experience this year. It is going to be really fun, so we just want to talk about it.
Absolutely. That is the real reason, y'all. So
And they
with
had tacos. It's
we did
Taco
have
Tuesday.
we did have
I had to
tacos.
feed my people.
This man can throw an event, he can also throw down in the kitchen. So one of my favorite questions to ask you, what is Holy Hoodlum, the name, the experience, the thought process behind the name? Tell the people.
So are we giving the long answer or like a medium answer or a short answer? You tell me.
I need you to give the God given answer
Oh,
because
well,
this is a Christian event in the Woodbridge area. We need to know what is Holy Hoodlum and
well,
how did you come up with it?
well, thank you, Evangelist Lady T. So, Holy Hoodlum, so I'll give it a little bit of a long answer. So, Holy Hoodlum was a nickname that I gave when I was on tour to the poets and poets in autumn. I came back, made a hoodie of it because it was in the winter, and was like in the process. I was already thinking of putting together just like a fun event, a happy event, turn up event. I already had the creative as well at that time, which is for Christian creatives, but wanted something that was just for like the full Christian community, if you will. So wanted to do the event, didn't really have a name for it. Thought, oh, let's just slap Holy Hoodlum on it. Then when it came time to like actually produce the event, I asked my pastor if we could use a church because venues cost. Shout out to the Life
And
Church for
do.
allowing us to be there, and he was hesitant at first because of the name. And he's like, "What is a Holy Hoodlum?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's the people from Poets in Autumn." And he was like, "Not good enough." And I remember saying, "Oh, just give me like a day or two." And so I went home, thought about it. Nothing really came to me. I was like, "Well, maybe I just need a new name." Woke up one morning and I felt like the Lord was like, think about the components of that phrase, holy and hoodlum. So define them as is. So holy, to be set apart, to be used for God for a specific purpose, holy marriage, holy Bible, holy sacraments, whatever the case is. And then hoodlum is a troublemaker, someone who is a nuisance to society. So someone who's not necessarily good, but when you put them together, you become what is now the shorter version of the definition is a set apart godly disruptor. And
I
that's what we have
just
now.
love the definition. If you don't got it, catch what he's throwing. Do the short version one more time.
A holy hoodlum is a set apart godly disruptor.
It just gives. I want to be a holy hoodlum. Like, oh, I like that. I like that. How important was it for you to sit in a space and not only think about what was just an idea, but also take it to the Lord?
It was really important because anything you do for God has to actually be ordained by God if you want it to actually be sustained by God. Psalm like 127 and 1 says, "Unless the Lord builds it, it's labor in vain."
Talk about it.
So, so for me, it was like you could do this. You like I've been putting together events for a long time. I've been doing stuff for a long time, and when I do my own thing, I was like, I wanted to make sure it's like actually legit. So I was like, gotta think this through. So it could also be
Absolutely.
long lasting as well, because I don't want to be
God got to be all up and through
right,
everything we do.
right.
So, what is the goal for Holy Hoodlum? Because I feel like being a part of Holy Hoodlum each year, it has changed a little bit. And
Not
this
like
year,
just the part. You're the host. Let's
yeah,
just make that very clear.
yes, hostess with the mostest, vibe curator.
Hmm.
But I think it has changed a little bit throughout the years. I think as you're figuring it out, um, really talking to the Lord about what you want people to receive from this event, What is the goal this year? Because it's a live game night.
So the goal this year, that was a very good question because I feel like it's a twofold goal. Because one, I want Holy Hoodlum to be like a content space where we can talk about like just things, so like taboo topics, whatever like is going on. I feel like there aren't a lot of spaces that talk about the things that matter from a biblical perspective because like you have several platforms. I'm not going to name them because I don't want to throw any shade because it's not shade, but like there's so many things that like do live podcast talks and they have great questions, but they approach it from a worldly perspective. And if you're a Christian, like it's fine to hear that advice. It's fine to gain and glean from it, but like you got to know what the word says. So like ultimately, I do want to get the content going, but for the events, the experience, I really want to just be a place to kind of relax and just have a good time. Which is why I went with the game night theme this year because I feel like everybody loves a game night. Even those who don't like games tend to have fun at game nights because other people are having fun or acting a fool. And I feel like in this situation, you can either participate or you can just watch the people make fool of themselves, and it's just always fun. So
But I think, and you say a lot of things joking. So the whole making a fool of themselves, I think one big thing that I've got to experience from being so close to you in these events, you really pride yourself in people learning the word, getting deeper in the word, exploring the word, and asking questions about the word. Um, I know you talked about being a teacher, but you're a teacher in a non traditional way.
absolutely, because some teachers be boring. That's just the
Okay.
fact is the fact. But I also think that, and this goes back to my mom being a Sunday school teacher growing up. When she would teach a lesson, she would always have some sort of example or some sort of game or some sort of something that would bring it to life. And I think that as I've gotten older, I realize that there are people who like visual or kinesthetics, or they're more musical people. So like you can teach through a variety of means. Bible study is great, preaching is great, but like that only captures a certain population of percentage of the population of the world, and we want to get everybody. So like
Absolutely.
let's figure out different ways to do it.
And you just talked about population. You have also did content on Instagram about there not being Christian-based events within this area, the Woodbridge, Northern Virginia, Stafford area. You really have it in DC and Richmond. Why is it so important for you to keep these kind of at home base?
That's a really good question. I think it's important because there are people who will not drive to DC, who will not drive to Richmond, for whatever reason, whether they work in DC already and they want on the weekend they don't want to get on 95, they don't want to get
And
back on the
don't.
highway. There are some people who are just introverted
It's
and
also not a lot of parking in DC.
yeah, because like going to DC is challenging.
If I
Like
circle around 3 times, baby, I'm going home. This
there's
that was the outing.
there have been several. We went to an event once where we got all the way to DC. There was no parking, and we just drove back to Woodbridge.
You drove back. I was asleep.
Well, yeah.
The hostess with the mostest be sleep on the way, but I turns on.
And so DC events, like the other thing logistically, not so much from my perspective, but from a customer perspective, DC events tend to be more expensive. There's more logistics to it because like there's either parking or
Heavy
Ubering
on the logistics.
or like there's so many things that people have to think about that in the more suburban parts of the world, which are still worthy of these types of things. We have a church with a big old parking lot. So like just come park. You don't have to pay for parking. You don't have to worry about how much parking. Unless
You don't
we
have to worry about getting towed.
right. Like so many things because the signs in DC, you'd be like you could park here between 6 and 8, but only on the 12th and maybe on the 15th.
That's the
It's
thing.
just it's too much. So,
What does the success of Holy Hoodlum look like for you? You've done this a couple times. What does this year's success look like for you?
the answer I'm telling myself is obedience. That's not really the fully answer yet. I think that would be the best answer. But I have a goal of 100 people, so that would be great. But honestly, success would look like doing it the way that it was in my head, and I feel like can't get caught up on the numbers of people. Um, can't even necessarily fully get caught up on the response of people. Because one thing I've learned is that they may not be jumping up and down in the moment, but I've had a lot of people that I remember seeing in the audience not really vibing with it, but like have already bought tickets because they're like, "Oh, I had a great time," and I was like, "Did you?"
Yeah,
So yeah, just doing it the way that kind of I see it in my head to do it, and just making it happen.
absolutely. So you just talked about people buying tickets who've come previous years, had a good time. You didn't know they had a good time. One thing I know about Justin Reeves of the JR Group is you are big on getting feedback. Describe the impact Holy Hoodlum has had on a past
Oh,
participant.
okay,
Yes, describe it.
got it, got it,
Let the
got
people know.
it. So last year I had a guest. It was a family, husband, wife, and a son. And the husband and the wife both said that they absolutely loved it. The son, who normally does not really like church stuff, said he had a great time, and he hopes that when he goes to college, they would have something like this. And the mom was like, "Yeah, you need to have this like as a college, like college tour or something." And I was like, what an idea." Um, so that was cool. Another thing, the first year, um, one of the younger members of the audience said that was the most fun they've ever had at a church event in their life, and it gave them hope that they could get older and be like still do church stuff, but not be boring. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. Um, those are the first two that like came to mind.
Okay. So impact of younger people, it seems like.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So last question. What is a common misconception that people have of the Holy Hoodlum event?
Um,
Keep it cute now.
um, putting on my political hat as a business owner. One misconception is that it is something that is compromising. I'll put it that way. I think at face value, people can be confused, like why holy and hoodlum together, why the hoodlum at all, um, and yeah, and I think sometimes people can think like it's because there's in the culture there's like righteous and ratchet, uh, I don't know, other like alliterations or whatever. But I think a lot of times there's like a holy and hood type of thing, and I think people will bring that, uh, I guess, thought process over to holy hoodlum, and it really doesn't fit. There's really nothing hood about me. um,
You be trying, but
I don't
not
even try.
really.
I don't even try because that's just not who I am. And I think that sometimes confuses people as well because when they know me, they're like, "You're a very straight laced, non-edgy individual, and you have this event that is like not like opposite of me, but like from branding from outside, they're like that doesn't really seem like you. Like the creators, well, they're like, oh, that's how Justin. They're Holy Hoodlum. They're like, that's Justin. But I feel like to me, like I just want to create a space for anybody to experience and meet Christ, and just have a good time because yeah, life is heavy. Life is rough. And I think there just needs to be more spaces for people to just purely have fun. Like we can talk. And I think talking is important. We can podcast. We can do all those things. But like sometimes you just need to have fun. And so
Absolutely.
that's what we plan to do this year. So
Okay. So, because it is a God seeking event, a night of fun, what is the first scripture that comes to mind when you think of the Holy Hoodlum event?
I would say this year. So Romans 12, 1 through 2 is like the main theme scripture for like all Holy Book stuff. This year I've been thinking about 2 Corinthians 3. Uh, the Message Bible would be 1 through 3, but not the regular Bible, that sounds bad. But like the other versions would be like 2 through 3.
Read what it
Where
say.
where it says, I urge you to be living letters, so that we let's just read.
Oh man, I'm telling y'all,
What I'm
this
not gonna
man
do is misquote it,
absolutely, absolutely. But this man knows scripture front, back,
because that will play into people thinking that. Never mind. But
absolutely.
and it's a paper Bible, so that should help people.
And he just grabbed it. It was available.
Okay, so are we beginning to commend ourselves again, or do we need, like some, letters of recommendation to you or from you? You yourselves are our letter, written on our hearts, known and read by everyone. You show that you are Christ's letter, delivered by us, not written with ink, but with the Spirit of the living God, not on tablets of stone, but on tablets of human hearts. So, essentially, all
Don't,
of that.
don't you throw that Bible?
I was trying to find a little bookmark, but it was challenging. Essentially, letting your life testify of who God is and who Christ is. So like the whole living epistle, like if you see my Instagram, the new shirt that's coming out, it is all about like making sure that your life is everything godly, everything Christian. So like and I thought about it like in competition because like competitive natures can take over and we can start to act a fool in some games sometimes. But like yeah, I just want to make sure that like in whatever sport, whatever activity, whatever thing that we're doing, we are exemplifying Christ. So yeah, that's the what I would say for this year.
That is awesome. I am super excited. There are so many things that I feel like I get to experience with you on the journey to the event. But that wraps up this interview. I hope you guys will be buying your tickets to the Holy Hoodlum event that is happening August 23rd at what time?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. I got to be there before 7 p.m. But get your tickets. It will be in the link in his bio. My name is Lady T. This was an interview with Justin Reeves of the JR Group and Holy Hoodlum.